guys. Kind of wanted to do just a short little PSA. So I've been working on developing better content while at the same time trying to, I don't want to say build my coaching business, because building implies that you're trying to build something in order to make a living out of it, and turning it into a business. And although, yes, that's the direction that we want to go, there's more to this whole project for me than just building a coaching business. There's muscleology, and then there's Blue Water Physique. Muscleology is everything that has to do with my content, our content, both my wife and I. Okay, that's the purpose of all the me getting involved with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify podcasts. All of that is underneath muscleology. All right. Now, the reason for the term muscleology is I want to develop something that has everything to do with teaching what muscle is all about. Not just gaining muscle for look's sake. There's nothing wrong with that. We should want to improve our physique. Most of us cared about how we looked when we went after our spouse. And that shouldn't stop and become second place simply because we got married, we landed the one that we wanted, that type of thing, and so we no longer care how we look. And that's wrong. I think it's completely wrong. But that's not just the purpose of my PSA, if you will, today. Okay? Myself, I went and decided that I wanted to put all these things together, realizing but not realizing completely just how much of a struggle it could be. Now, I put up a YouTube video just a couple of days ago with a walk that I took, explaining, working through the mental aspects of having a goal, especially when it was a goal to make health your number one priority again. All right? Now, this is going to be somewhat of that, but it's not the main driver of today's video. And I am going to put out more content. I am understanding that more content means more people reach, also means the more content I'm putting out means I'm putting more thought into what I'm trying to say to people. My goal and my heart's desire in this is several fold. I'm only going to deal with one of those aspects. Anybody that knows me knows that I am passionate about whatever it is that I want to give to people. Okay? There's a couple of things that I am extremely passionate about. This one is training, working out, health, and giving that to people. All right? I've come to understand the past couple of days and even past couple of weeks, when we decided to make a business out of this, when we decided to open up to people and legitimize this in a sense of more than just, hey, I'll give you a few pointers, you go on your merry way, because I understand that isn't enough. People need more. They need coaching, but they need coaching more than just the give you a program, show you a couple of videos, sit down at a table, or standing in a hallway and 10 minutes of advice. It's just not how people are going to be successful. There are some people that's all they need, all right? As much as I've loved and have lifting has become part of my life, which was the very first YouTube video that I put out, why lifting is my identity, a part of who I am. I gave a nice long talk about that on my first walk and explained why I'm so passionate about this. I understand that other people are not. And while that does initially frustrate me, we can all think of something that we really like, and you're trying to share it to people, and you can't understand why they don't like it as much as you. We all go through that. If you're passionate about anything, if you have a hobby that you're really passionate about, say it's cars or guns or golfing or whatever it is that you really like, and you're talking to people about it, and you can't help but get excited because it means so much to you, especially if it's something that, in a sense, rescued you from situations in your life. And that's what lifting did for me. Lifting and bodybuilding and powerlifting and strongman, anything to do with changing my physique, putting on size, becoming stronger, was something that was born out of a desire to escape life situations that I was in. But not everybody has been through that. Not everybody comes from the same background. So I understand that not everybody's going to have the same passion and zeal towards working out, towards lifting, towards getting healthy, towards having a better lifestyle, looking better, feeling better, and passing that on to your next generation, kids, grandkids. All right. So with that in mind, trying to put this all together the last couple of days, trying to promote, if you will, the coaching business, Blue Water Physique. Why I think it's important that people hire a coach. And maybe you don't want us, all right? But one of the main reasons people don't bring on a coach is financial, okay? You know, I went and seen my doctor today, got regular checkup, regular blood work. That's another thing I'm going to talk about on another video. But blood work, I mean, if you get your oil changed every 3,000 miles or 7,000 miles or every 3 months or whatever it is that you do, okay, whatever your protocol is, and I know it's all over the place now, and you check your oil on newer cars at least once a week, on older cars daily, whatever it is that you've decided, you're wanting to make sure that that engine runs right. Well, that's why I go get blood work on the regular. I probably get my blood drawn and have my blood work done at least 4 times a year, okay? And I would say that should be the minimum for everybody. You know, your blood's going to tell you what's going wrong. Are you headed in the wrong direction? And you can catch it in time. That's how serious everybody should be taking their health. But most people don't. And it's kind of ridiculous what we have at our disposal while at the same time just not taking advantage of it. All right? But with all that put aside, I'm understanding that there's a lot of reasons why people are deciding not to hire a coaching service, and I boiled it down to a couple. Financial, number one, I've already talked about a couple of times, but I honestly don't think that that's the main reason, because we are so affordable that literally just about anybody can afford us, especially for what we offer. I mean, we write a program tailored to you, and we've already brought on several people that have a lot of underlying issues, and they can't just start right out in a gym. So we develop something for those folks as well. All right, and we have several more coming on, and a couple kind of, I like to use the term in the hopper. Right, they are scheduled video calls. Want to discuss some of the issues that they have. We can literally work with just about anybody and develop something that's going to help you. It doesn't matter what your health ailment is, what you think's holding you back. And if we can't do something for you, we'll tell you. I mean, we offer a free phone consultation. At least give us the opportunity to explain to you what we can do for you. And if we legitimately can't, we'll try and find you somebody that can. That's how serious we take this initiative, okay? And this goes for the religious world, okay, me being a Christian, belonging to a Reformed Baptist church, but across the globe, as far as Christianity is concerned, health is not a priority like it should be, okay? Not only that, the working world, all right? Being a pipeliner by trade, who is now a trainer and a qualifier and a compliance officer, making sure our guys and girls in the field are following all the government rules as well as our customer rules, mandates, and regulations. It's for them too, because they live in a fast-paced world where you go out and you're working all day long and you think you don't have the energy to hit a gym for 45 minutes to an hour and a half, 3 to 4 times a week. And we prove that you can do that, because what we do is we look at your schedule, we look at what you're doing and what you're wasting your time on, and show you point blank you could be literally filling that in right here. So there's really no reason, as far as the finances are concerned, okay, it can be done. I guarantee that there's something that can be done for you. There's no reason to not take your health seriously and bring us on, or bring somebody on as your coaching service, due to the fact that you might have some kind of condition. This one I really want to park on, okay, is the time aspect. People telling me they don't have the time. And that's just It's false. Let us sit down with you and your schedule, and we will find you time to be able to do this and still tailor a workout that suits your needs. We're not going to give you something that legitimately is going to make your life miserable. The only miserable about it is you're going to get in that gym and you're going to start eating right, and you're going to see just how bad you've let yourself go and how difficult it's going to be for a little while to develop new habits. Now, I just did a talk a little while ago on developing good rituals, good habits. And that's what you're going to need to do. So I've had everything from the finances, but then they really realize, okay, the prices are too good. Okay, so it's not that. Well, I can't get into a gym and we have these kind of ailments. I've shown several people already that it's not that, and I'm telling you folks that are watching this, don't let that be the reason. I'm offering a free phone consultation so that you can at least see what we have to offer and what we can do for you, and we will legitimately go through your health issues, we will go through your time management, we'll go through your finances. I don't want to know what you're spending your money on. I'm saying how you can actually afford us. And then it just really comes down to, and I'm going to park on this for a minute, and people might get upset at me, but that's fine because, the blueness of a wound, the Bible talks about it, right? It just, the harsh words of a friend help. And it's not the friend trying to be harsh, it's the message that we are conveying. And in this sense, it's about your health. Over 95% of the time, the reason people don't want to bring on a coach is because they don't want to be held accountable to change their lifestyle. That's really what it comes down to. When you go through a phone consultation and we talk about meal planning and tell you everything that's going to be involved, we talk about your training and everything that's going to be involved, we talk about your blood work, we talk about your sleep, we talk about your cardio, we talk about all these things, and you begin to think, wow, that's so much, I don't have time for that, and that's just not correct. Cardio can be done 2 to 3 times a week, no more than 20-25 minutes per session on a treadmill. It isn't 3 hours of walking or 2 hours of running or anything silly like that. It literally is also 10,000 steps a day. Okay? And that can start from the beginning of your day, all walking around, recording it on a smart device, whatever it is that you choose to use. And most people by the end of a working day will have close to already 5,000 steps. So now you're talking going on a walk. If it's cardio day, you're getting on a treadmill. Those steps all count. Doing whatever you need to do to get those 10,000 steps. You get to the end of your day and like, man, I got 3,000 steps left. I'm just going to sit in front of the TV. Okay, so you don't have time. Well, I got kids to play with. Take them on the walk. They're too small to walk. Get a stroller. There's legitimately an excuse destroyer for just about every excuse there is. So I've been told, I don't think I can afford it. I don't think I have the time. I have certain conditions and situations. I have family obligations. Yeah, your family obligation is to be healthy for your family. Dads, now, I know there's a lot of people that try and lay guilt trips and things like that, and you got mean influencers that just straight up believe in insulting. All that is just ridiculous to me. I'm not going to insult your manhood, your intelligence, or anything of that nature. I just don't believe that that's how you do it. You don't catch flies with vinegar, you catch them with honey. Also, I'm understanding this generation does not operate on the same motivations that my generation did. If you challenged my manhood as a young boy, I'm going to do whatever it takes to show you that I'm a man. Okay? And that is Gen X. That's how we were, both male and female. All right? We had something to prove, and you weren't going to tell me A, B, or C. I understand this generation is not like that. I understand this generation thinks, what do I need strength for? Well, tomorrow, Lord willing, I'm going to be doing a podcast that's talking about what strength has to do with all-cause mortality, and the fact that, just going to throw a number out, but it was in the study, out of 10 people, 7 out of 10 that did anything that related to strength training were more likely and did survive whatever cause of death that those people experienced. Okay? 7 out of 10. And no, it wasn't cardio. No, it wasn't walking. All those things are all good. It all related down to strength. And basically what several studies have said, is being stronger means you can live longer and with a healthier lifestyle. So for the younger generation to think I don't need strength because everything's modern now. I can call somebody to do whatever it is that I need to do. If you can't pick up a couch with your buddy and move it across the house without, one, not having the ability to lift it, number two, the cardio aspect to get that done, and three, it's awkward for you because you don't even know how to lift, that's terrible. And that's not an insult. That's legitimately an issue with this generation. And our nation as a whole is getting weaker and weaker, which is leading to more and more health issues, which is a huge burden on the insurance system, the healthcare system, everything that goes along with it. Simply because people are sitting around at their jobs, then they're sitting around at home eating unhealthy, crappy food and never doing anything to negate the negative things of those lifestyles. That's really what it comes down to. So this is my challenge and my charge to you. I want you to legitimately, men and women, moms, dads, grandmas, and grandpas, sit down and ask yourself, is the reason that I'm not hiring a coach legitimate? Is it legitimately because you can't afford it? Is it legitimately because the situations in your life, whether it be children, grandchildren, job responsibilities, whatever kind of chaos, events that are coming up, whatever it is, are those legitimate reasons? Do you legitimately not have the time to squeeze in 45 minutes to an hour and a half, 3 to 4 days a week? And one or two of those days can be on a Saturday and Sunday. And maybe you're of the mindset that Sunday I'm not doing anything like that. Completely fine. There's 6 other days to do it. And it can be done 3 to 4 days. And it can be as low as 45 minutes, depending upon how fast and how intense you want to move in the gym, all the way up to however long you want to stay in a gym. Okay? Or your home gym. Is it because you don't want to be in a home gym because you have everything consolidated and the way your kids are and all these types of things? Fine. We can get something set up so that you can do it at home. So I want you to sit down and ask yourself, why is it that you're deciding not to take your health seriously? Is it because you flat out just don't care if you die at 50 and leave your kids behind? That you never get to play and see your grandkids? That's not guilt, that's reality. Okay? And you know what? I'm also understanding that people are just going to try and throw out hate, and that's fine too. People are going to assume that I'm only doing this because I want you to come to me as a coach. I want you to come to me as a coach because I'm passionate about this, because I'm more affordable than just about anybody else that is out there, especially for what I offer, and I get down into the weeds and the mud with you. You're having a crappy day. You just don't feel well. Everything's chaos. You don't know why it's going right. We're going to be right there to listen to you vent. We want to see you, genuinely want to see you succeed. And you can, if the clients want to, they can give testimonials as to exactly what I'm talking about. I promise you, for 99%, 99.9% of you that are choosing not to do something with your health, who are choosing not to bring out a coach, you say, well, Webb, why do I got to have a coach? Why can't I do it myself? How's that been going for you? Seriously. How has it been going for you, you taking your health in your own hands? You say, well, I'm going to get on social media and I'm going to find this workout. I'm going to find this diet. All those people, the majority of those social media, TikTok, Instagram influencers are in it for themselves and the money. They're not real. They really don't care. They charge an arm and a leg for money. They'll give you a program and tell you to go on your merry way. That's legitimately what most of them come down to. Okay? So I'll ask you again. How has it been going for you deciding I'll find a program, I'll find a diet, I'll do my own thing in my living room for 20 minutes and see how that goes? Have you done that in the past? Did it stick? Were you accountable to anybody? Because most of us cannot be accountable to ourselves. Let's just be honest, because if you were accountable to yourself, you wouldn't be in the shape that you're in. The majority of the nation is out of shape. Physique-wise, health-wise, time management-wise, finance, all of it, okay? Now, I'm not into finances. That's not my forte, okay? I'm into the health aspect. That's what I want to help people with. You've seen our prices. If you don't know them, you can call. It's a free phone consultation. I'm going to get passionate as I talk to you on the phone, trying to convince you, yes, that this is a route you should take. Also understanding that more often than not, we're going to get rejected, and the reasons that we're going to be given are almost never true, never good enough reasons. They just aren't. And I'm not saying that there doesn't exist maybe possibly a reason why you can't do the things we're telling you should be doing. But I guarantee you we can figure something out or find somebody that can help you. Because there's just too many things and too many opportunities and ways to do things nowadays to just say, you know what, just keep living your life the way you are and die early. I don't believe that. If anything, we can help you get your diet in check. You can't physically get to a gym. You literally, to me, if you can't physically work out, that means you can't even walk or move. If you can walk or move, then there's something that you can do to help you improve to get beyond where you're at. But let's just say you can't walk or move. There's something that we can do for your diet so that you're not way overweight, so that your insides are doing better, so that your mental is better. All of that is connected together. Being healthy, physical makes you healthy mentally. Doesn't mean that you don't struggle with things, but you're more resilient. I'm learning through this bodybuilding prep lifestyle that we're going through just how many excuses I've made for myself, how many times I've let myself down, how many times I didn't hold myself accountable. And this bodybuilding world, this bodybuilding goal that I have is legitimately holding my feet to the fire. Putting myself out here like this on social media across all the platforms it's either go or fail. And everybody that sees any of my content, if I fail, if I quit, then I'm going to become a laughingstock. So yes, this is something that I'm using to help me reach my goal. I know there's going to be ridicule coming from people that it shouldn't be coming from. I understand that. I'm nobody special. That just comes to anybody that decides to stand up, say something out loud about not only am I improving, but you should be doing the same thing. And immediately the first thing anybody's going to want to do is tear you down. They want to shut you up, so that you don't try and push people to do the right thing, because then that makes them realize that they are going to be outnumbered and they have to do the right thing. But right now I'm dealing with the aspect of you doing that to yourself. You right now are telling yourself, you're yelling at yourself, don't listen to him. Don't listen to the voice inside your head that's telling you, you know what, he's right. You need to be held accountable. You need to go this route. If you think I'm putting on a facade, if you think I'm really not this passionate, I'll just say, why don't you just give me a chance? Call. Send me a message over any one of the messengers, any one of the platforms, and we'll get back with you. Say, Webb, I want you to prove yourself to me. Let me do it. Give me 3-6 months to show you that if you will stick to exactly what we lay out for you, you will see progress. I guarantee it. Because anything that you do to make yourself better is better than just sitting there on your butt and doing nothing. So anything beyond that's going to be progress. It's just how far do you want your progress to go? How long do you want it to last for? Do you only want to be healthy for a year and then go right back? That's why it's, in my mind, it's good to bring us on as a coaching service, because we are affordable and you can stay with us and we can stay with you for the long haul, for years. Legitimately, the silver package for Blue Water Physique comes with meal planning, food source information, tracking your calories for you, tracking your macros for you, setting your macros as you enter into each stage of your cut phase or your grow phase, whatever it is, writing a program developed for you, helping you progress and keep pushing forward, motivating you to not stagnate and stay where you're at, continue to get to where you're trying to be. And then when you get there and you're like happy where you're at, your health's good, the doctor and the blood work all say it's good, you're happy with your physique, then we need to maintain you there. This all, folks, this all goes together. And what I'm saying and reaching out, and the reason I wanted to do this, and this has been on my mind for a couple of days now, to do just a 20-30 minute little PSA, is give us a chance and give yourself a chance. there's really no reason to not at least call us and set up a free phone consultation, a video call, so that you can see we're not just a faceless voice over a phone trying to sell you something. Our silver package of $75 a month, doing all the things and even more that I just talked about, breaks down to $2.75 a day. That is less than an energy drink. That is less than your Starbucks coffee. And it is certain, I mean, a candy bar is almost $2. Come on. So tell me why you can't invest $2.75 a day into your health, into getting yourself better, looking better, feeling better. Are you telling me that it's not that important? I don't think so. So I'm going to end it with this. I said everything that I have to say. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be recording my podcast on all-cause mortality that's dealing with strength, show you some numbers, some studies, and things like that, explaining to you just why it is important to be strong and be as strong as you possibly can, both male and female. And one of the key factors that measures true strength is grip strength. It isn't how much you bench, it isn't how much you deadlift. Those are factors, but legitimately it's grip strength in both men and women. The stronger your grip, the more likely and more long you are to live a long, prosperous life. That's just what the studies say. I didn't write the studies, okay? So give us a chance. Contact us through any one of the socials, DM. I'll give you my phone number over any of that. We'll set up on the calendar to have a video consultation with you. Yes, I'm pleading that you folks will take your health seriously and allow us to help you with it. Remember, I'm not dependent on my business becoming successful to feed me and my family. I have a good job. I'm doing this because I love it. I'm charging because people really don't care unless they have some skin in the game. I used to give it away for free all the time. And very few people, very few, there are some, but very few actually continued on. But when you have something invested and you're holding yourself being held accountable by somebody else who's watching your food intake, your progress in the gym and training and walking and cardio and sleeping and all those things, that's where the success comes. And when you wrap it all into the fact that our prices are very affordable, and you can see why I'm not doing it for money, okay? Nobody could live off of it. I've given you my reasons. Hopefully that you'll really sit down and ask yourself tonight, this afternoon, tomorrow morning, whenever it is, why am I choosing not to bring on a coach? Maybe it is because you're an elite athlete. Maybe it is because you've been working out a long time and you got everything dialed in. Well, this isn't for you then. Clearly it's not for you. But the majority of the world isn't like that. You know who you are. Sit down and ask yourself. Genuinely ask yourself. Is there a good reason why I'm not bringing on Webb and Brandy and Blue Water Physique Coaching to help my life get better? We'll talk to you later.